Hi, welcome back everybody, it's Mike Newton down here at Lytham Golf Academy. Just going to carry on the release of the new Mizuno Mp-20 range, and in this particular video we're going to take a closer look at the MMC model. So Mizuno, as you well know, have launched three brand new irons. We've got the MB, which is the muscle back, the MMC, which we're going to look at today, and then a brand new one which is a HMB, which is a hollow iron construction. That makes up the Mp-20 family. But this video, as I say, we're going to concentrate on the MMC. We've got GC quad on the floor, we've got a 5, a 7 and a 9 iron to test. We'll provide you with some numbers and also some feedback from myself with how these irons look and perform. Okay, so we're going to start off with the 9 iron first. Going to get underway, hit some shots. Just done a review video of the MB, which was the pure muscle black. Again, that'll be on my video, you can go and check that out, and they were absolutely stunning. So this is like a little follow-on from those. So Mizuno saying that we're trying to keep the same look as that MB in terms of the shaping, the head size, as you put it down. I would probably say it's just a little bit bigger there, but again, very minimal off the offset. So that is very similar to the MB. Slightly thicker on that top edge, just a fraction, but the shaping is very, very similar. So you're going to see a similar appearance to the MB, but obviously on the back of it we've got a much more multi-material, which is where the MMC name comes from, with the titanium and the tungsten. So we'll talk a little bit about that through the video. This is a second generation. We saw MP-20 introduce the MMC iron first. This is like an evolution of that iron. So 9 iron, it's lofting at 41 degrees of loft, so it's pretty true. It's first one here. Yeah, that feels lovely. Feels really nice, as we're going to expect. It's forged. We've still got Mizuno's renowned grain flow forger here, so all those grains of metal in the forging of the metal is all going in one direction. So the grains all go in one direction. They're not crisscrossing, and they're very tight together, more so in the centre of the club face. So that's where Mizuno are very much getting their buttery sort of feel from, you know, their strapline. Nothing feels like a Mizuno, and they're the only ones that are doing that grain flow forging. Okay, that's just a little bit off the bottom, that particular shot, but it's flown very nicely and stopping pretty quick as we would expect. So really hopefully going to get still the control that we saw in the MB with the MMC, but we've just got that little bit more forgiveness on those slight mishits with this particular model. That's a really good strike, that one. Much better hit. Go a little bit further. Yeah, that's travelled a bit further. That's just through that strike. That was a really good middled hit there for me. I got myself set up at 140 from the green. That's gone 147, so probably gone a little bit stronger than what I thought it would do. Yeah, it feels stunning. It's not a real explosive shoot off the club face, even though we've got some different materials in here. It's still that feel of that control. The ball just stays on that club face. It comes off with that real control and that softer sort of flight, not that one that really sort of bullets out that sometimes you see from more maybe those game improvement irons or those stronger lofted irons. Okay, so we're going to move into the 7 iron now, move myself back, and I've put myself about 170 from the flag. So talk about this technology in the back. So we've got this sort of titanium pad that runs across the back. That runs from all the irons. So these are available in a 4 iron through to pitch and wedge in right hand only. So unfortunately, you left-handers out there, you will not get your hands on the MMC model, unfortunately. So 4 to wedge only in right hand. So we've got the titanium pad that runs across the back in all those irons. And then in the 4 iron running through to 7 iron, we've then got a tungsten toe section, a 12 gram tungsten toe section. Then as you move into the 8-9 wedge, that tungsten disappears. We don't need that tungsten there. So ultimately what we're doing with titanium is obviously saving weight, redistributing it. The tungsten toe part in those longer irons is going to help to try and get weight spreading more across the entire face. Again, it's all about controlling those mishits and keeping that ball speed up. So 7 iron down by the golf ball. Again, it's a beautiful look. The shaping is like the MB, very minimal on that offset, sort of medium top line, so it is a very nice look and appearance down by that golf ball. And that's a nice opening shot, a fraction low in the face if I'm going to get really picky, but that's flown very nicely up to that green. feels really good. Yeah, that's a nice strike. That's really comfortable club face, very nicely there. Yeah, flown quite a bit up that green. So this 7-iron is coming in at 32 degrees of loft, so it's a little bit stronger than the MB as you'd expect, just with that little bit of multi-material in there. Just tend to strengthen lofts off, so should get a little bit more distance against the MB. That's a good strike again. Just fractionally pulled, so we know that's just going to go a little bit further. So I think this could be a really good contender for maybe mixing with the MB irons. Again, you've got that shaping of the MB, so I think as you would transition maybe from the MMCs and those longer irons, blending into those MB blades, you're not going to see a big jump of difference of shape as you would, you know, get that club out on that golf course. So I think that's a really good positive there with that offset and the shaping of the head. You've just obviously got that little bit more forgiveness in that club head, just for those longer irons where you might just need it. Again, nice shot, hitting that green pretty well. Okay, so that's the 7-iron. Let's move in and hit some with the 5-iron. Okay, so 5-iron in our hands now, 25 degrees of loft. We've got the tungsten in this as we did with the 7-iron. We didn't have that tungsten in the 9-iron because we know we lose that from 8-iron, 9-iron wedge, but 5-iron down by the golf ball. Again, it's that MB sort of look, it's that bladey, traditional sort of look. Minimal offset again, nice medium top edge, but that mirror sort of satin and mirror finish on the club head, which looks stunning. Sits really nice behind that golf ball. Oh, that's a beautiful golf shot. That struck really nice. Yeah, nice shot into that green there. So that feels superb. Definitely still have that lovely feel that you'd expect from Mizuno. We've got that grain flow forged head as always. That's stunning. That feels absolutely stunning. For a long iron, that feels, I mean, I've middled those two to be fair, so I'm not testing its forgiveness here on those miss hits, but that does feel quite easy to sort of launch for a longish iron. Again, you've got options here to replace these long irons depending on you as a golfer and how confident you feel of launching or how you play those long irons, whether you're putting hybrids in there. Obviously the new HMB iron I think could be a good option for a lot of golfers, and that hollow iron construction, that long iron, just to help that little bit more of that flight to get the ball in the air. So again, there's a lot of options of blending through the whole MP-20 range, and then of course on top of that you've then got your hybrids to work into that equation as well. Okay, that's a bit of a toe one. It's still flighted pretty well as that dropped off massively. It's landed short of the green, so that's just released up because it's landed short. So I've just lost a little bit there. It was a bit of that toe side strike. Accuracy wise was still very good though. That carried, yeah, it carried 187, so dropped off a little bit there. So obviously there's a lot of custom fit options with Mizuno. They do a lot of shaft options, a lot of different grip options. So obviously if you're in the market for a new set of irons, I would always, as my messages for you guys in most of the videos, is go and get fit. Go and find your local Mizuno stockist. We have the fitting cart down here at Lytham Golf Academy, so if you're near to us, then obviously feel free to contact us. But do get in touch with a fitter and try some different shafts, a lot of different shaft options, blending the heads as well. So get a lot of that advice through a good fitter if you can with Launch Monitor, get some numbers measured, and then obviously blend it into how you like the look and the feel and the performance of those clubs. Ooh, yeah, it's just a little bit bottomy, just up that left fractionally. Yeah, it seems to get up there, but just obviously wasn't quite as middled as that as some of the other ones there. Okay, so that's the 5-iron hit, and the 9 and the 7. Let's go and look at some numbers, a little bit more detail, and see how the new MP-20 MMC iron is performing. Okay, so looking at some numbers, we've got the 9-iron row of averages here, and then the 7-iron, and then the 5-iron. So looking at the 9-iron first, 107 ball speed, launching 21.6, spinning at 8,000, just under 8,300. So pretty decent sort of spin number there for a 99, again, of this particular loft. So fractionally stronger the loft, bear in mind, than the MB, at 41 degrees with a 99. Peaking out 32 yards, 142 on the carry distance. Just that first shot I hit there was a bit of a weak one. You see 137, wasn't quite as good a strike there. You see the ball speed's at its lowest at 104, just a little bit slightly low in the face there, so just lost a little bit. That's just dragged that down a fraction. Moving into 7.9, 121.7 ball speed, launching at 17, spin on that 6,000 mark there. So again, for a 32 degree 7.9, it's probably an area to sort of expect to see. Again, that first one, slight little miss it, you can just see just pulls that spin down a tiny bit, so possibly take that out, replace that with a, you can see 6,166, you know, you're going to be averaging around that sort of 6,050 sort of area, into 6.1 sort of area. Carry distance 172 on average, so you see drop off at 168 to peak at 175, so we've got 7 yard front to back dispersion, not too bad there really, depending on your strike. You can see ball speed changes, he's going to change that more than anything. Moving into the 5-iron, 132 ball speed, launching at 13 degrees, 13.5, spin at 4,357. So spin seems to be quite like for like between the irons, so we tend to see ourselves between sort of 700 to 1,000 revs lower than the actual number itself. So for instance, 9.9 spin at 9,000, we can see we've got at 8, just under 8.3. 7.9 at 7,000, we've got it at around 6,000, and 5-iron at 5,000, we see you get it at 4,350. And that carried out at 199. Front to back dispersion, 5-iron 197 to 203. Pretty good on a 5-iron, because it's always a little bit tougher to get that consistent strike, and I did move that striker around a little bit more with that 5-iron. Okay guys, there we go. So there's the brand new MP-20 MMC iron. So second generation of the MMC iron. Subtle little changes against the MP version in terms of the top line. It's just a little bit thinner. Still got the titanium pad in there, we've still got the tungsten in there. It runs from that 4-iron to 7-iron as mentioned. So provide a little bit more forgiveness above the MB iron, but with a very similar look. So I think a good option for blending, for any golfers out there who want to blend it, maybe put the MMC in those long irons and then the blades into the short irons. But again, a stunning looking golf club. The way it's finished, the quality of it, the way it feels, the numbers are really, really good, as you'd always expect. Obviously loads of different shaft option, grip options to sort of work into a fitting environment. So that's obviously for you to go and get fitted. Make sure these are dialed in exactly for you and your delivery. Okay, comment down below, let me know your thoughts on the MMC iron and also the MP-20 iron as a whole range. Love to hear your thoughts as always. If you're watching, enjoying the videos, you haven't subscribed, appreciate you hitting that subscribe button, ring that bell, be the first ones to watch it with notifications. Hook up on my social media platforms, both Instagram and Twitter, and the handles there are at MN Golf Coach, and hopefully we'll catch up with you all very soon.